Hello and welcome back to Feed Your Faith, and particularly this sequence of segments on the book of Philippians. You know, I find Paul's writing inspiring at so many different levels. Although, of course, he's not always easy to understand. And I love a little comment that Peter throws in later on in the Bible that says exactly the same. I don't find Paul easy to get to grips with. But here, in the opening of this letter, we have an example of his approach to the people who had come to faith through his teaching and his example. Notice, first of all, that he remembers his converts. He obviously thinks about them often and keeps them in his mind, possibly to help him through the really dark times he was facing when he wrote. Now, this is a helpful piece of background because Paul was writing from prison. He was likely under guard, but allowed to have visitors. It was a sort of harsh type of house arrest, and that may explain Timothy's presence with him. Secondly, he prays for them. Even in difficult circumstances, his heart goes out to his fellow Christ followers in Philippi. And I find this very impressive. Paul was very other people focused. This praying for them brought joy to him. And Paul, being in prison, needed a dose of that. And then I also notice his humility about them. It would have been so easy for him to think of himself as the great teacher that they owe their faith to. I'm the leader, you're the followers. But he doesn't do that. He describes them as partners. And there's a refreshing equality here. It's not me teacher, you student. It's we're in this building the kingdom project together. You have just as much to offer in communicating the good news as I do. It's a partnership. And then I notice he is confident about them. His belief that God's work will be done through them is solid and confident. God doesn't start something he doesn't intend to finish. I vividly remember seeing somebody wearing a t-shirt once that said, "Be patient with me, God hasn't finished with me yet." And we may feel that we can never emulate the Apostle Paul, but we can learn from his example. We can bring back to mind the things and the people we have known and loved, and that can help us in dark times to see their faith and to seek to emulate it. Maybe you'd like to reflect on who are your partners in the gospel right now? Who are those who are cheering you on? Who are those who are supporting you? Who are those you're learning from? And thank God for them. That might help us to be more other people focused, in contrast to being self-centered during today. God bless you. Well, from here you can like, you can subscribe, and you can click elsewhere to see some more videos from this channel that I hope will feed your faith.